Right now, someone is launching a business with less money than you spent on coffee this month. And by the end of the year, they'll be making more than most people earn at their jobs. Meanwhile, another person just spent $50,000, worked 18 months, and failed completely. Same goal, same economy, opposite results. The difference isn't luck, it's not connections, it's definitely not some secret strategy they're selling you in a course. It's understanding a simple truth that most people get backwards. Starting a business from zero has nothing to do with having a great idea and everything to do with removing every single excuse that's stopping you from making your first sale. Because here's what nobody tells you. The biggest lie in entrepreneurship isn't that it's easy. It's that you need to be ready. You don't. You need to be uncomfortable enough to start anyway. Let's rewind. In 1975, if you wanted to start a business, you needed 5 things: physical inventory, a storefront or office, a business license, a phone line, and enough capital to survive 6 months without income. The average startup cost for a small retail business was roughly $12,000. Adjusted for inflation, that's $65,000 today. Most people didn't start businesses, they got jobs. The barrier to entry was the barrier. Fast forward to 2025, and theoretically, those barriers are gone. You can incorporate an LLC online for $100. You can build a website in an afternoon. You can reach 10,000 people with a single post. And yet, the failure rate for new businesses hasn't really changed. Roughly half still fail within 5 years. So what happened? We removed the friction and replaced it with infinite choice. You can start an e-commerce store, a consulting business, a SaaS company, a content brand, a service agency, a coaching program. You can drop ship, arbitrage, affiliate market, or create digital products. And that freedom is paralyzing. Because when you can do anything, most people do nothing. Here's the first real step nobody talks about. You don't choose a business, you choose a constraint. Every successful business that starts from zero begins by narrowing the universe of possibility down to one very specific, almost absurdly narrow question. What can I sell this week? Not this year, not when the website's perfect, this week. That question forces clarity. It eliminates the fantasy. It removes the need for a logo, a business plan, investors, or a motivational Instagram post about your journey. It just asks, who has a problem right now and can I solve it in exchange for money? The businesses that survive aren't the ones with the best ideas. They're the ones that made their first dollar the fastest. Let's break down what that actually looks like. You need 3 things: a skill, an audience, and an offer. Notice what's missing: a business name, a brand, a pitch deck. None of that matters until after you've made money. The skill doesn't have to be rare, it has to be useful. Copywriting, video editing, bookkeeping, web design, running Facebook ads, organizing closets, teaching guitar. If someone will pay to not do it themselves, it's a skill. The audience doesn't have to be yours, it just has to exist. Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Reddit, local meetups, Slack communities. Anywhere people are already talking about the problem you solve. The offer is the only part that requires thought, and most people overcomplicate it. An offer is not a product, it's a trade. You give me money, I give you a result. The clearer the result, the easier the sale. I'll build you a website is vague. I'll build a 5-page website for your law firm in 2 weeks is an offer. I'll help you with marketing is noise. I'll write 5 LinkedIn posts a week that sound like you for 3 months is a transaction someone can say yes or no to. Here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. Your first offer will not be your best work. It won't be revolutionary. It might not even be something you're proud of 6 months from now. And that's exactly why it works. Because you're not trying to build a legacy in week 1. You're trying to prove that someone will pay you. Now let's talk about the math everyone ignores. If you charge $500 for a service and you close 1 client a week, that's $2,000 a month. Do that for 3 months while working nights and weekends, and you've made $6,000. That's not life-changing money. but it's proof. Proof that people will pay you. Proof that you can deliver. Proof that this isn't theoretical. Most people never get here because they're stuck in preparation mode, building the perfect website, writing the perfect bio, waiting until they feel credible. But credibility doesn't come from looking ready, it comes from having done the thing. The businesses that scale from zero all have the same origin story. Someone sold something before they were ready, delivered it badly, learned from it, and did it again slightly better. Here's where it gets interesting. After you make your first few sales, you hit a fork in the road. And this is where most businesses either stall or explode. You can keep doing the thing manually, trading time for money, or you can start building systems. A system is anything that removes you from the equation. A process doc, a hiring plan, software, templates, a sales funnel. The irony is that most people try to build systems before they've made a single sale. They automate nothing. They optimize zero. You can't scale what doesn't exist. But once you've done the same task 20 times, you start seeing patterns. You know which clients are worth it. You know what questions they ask. You know where you waste time. That's when you systemize. Let's zoom out for a second. The entire startup world operates on a completely different model. Venture capital, funding rounds, burn rate, growth at all costs. Raise 5 million, spend 6. Raise 10 more, spend 12. Chase scale before profit. It works for about 3% of companies. The rest implode. But there's another path. It's not sexy, it doesn't get TechCrunch headlines, but it's statistically far more survivable. You start with 1 customer, then 2, then 5. You charge enough to be profitable from month 1. You grow as fast as your revenue allows. You don't raise money. You don't hire fast. You don't lease an office to look legitimate. You just keep solving the same problem for more people, and you keep most of the money you make. This is called bootstrapping, and it's how the vast majority of sustainable businesses are built. Now here's the part nobody wants to hear. Even if you do everything right, your first business idea will probably not be your last. You'll start selling one thing, realize there's a better thing, and pivot. You'll target one audience, discover a different one that pays more, and shift. That's not failure, that's tuning. The businesses that look like overnight successes from the outside almost always had 2 or 3 failed versions that nobody talks about. The founder of Slack was originally building a video game. Instagram started as a check-in app. YouTube was a video dating site. They all started from zero, they all changed direction, they all survived because they stayed close to revenue. Here's what kills most businesses in the first year. Not the competition, not the market, not bad timing. It's the gap between expectation and reality. You expect it to feel like progress, it feels like chaos. You expect customers to come to you, you have to hunt them down. You expect to feel confident, you feel like an imposter until the 10th sale, sometimes the 100th. The people who make it through that gap aren't smarter, they're just more comfortable with discomfort. They send the cold email, they post the offer publicly, they ask for money before they feel ready to receive it. Because businesses don't start when you feel ready. They start when you decide the pain of staying where you are is worse than the fear of trying something new. So let's bring it back. If you're actually starting from zero, here's the sequence. Pick one skill you're decent at, find one group of people who need it, make one clear offer, sell it to one person this week. Don't name the business, don't build a brand, don't write a mission statement, just make $1 on purpose. Then do it again, and again, and again. After 30 days, you'll know if this is viable. After 90, you'll know if it's scalable. After 6 months, you'll know if it's worth going all in. But none of that happens if you don't start. And starting doesn't mean planning, it means selling. Here's the uncomfortable truth they don't put in the business books. Most people don't fail because they tried and it didn't work. They fail because they never actually tried. They prepared, they researched, they networked, they optimized, but they never looked someone in the eye, named a price, and asked for the sale. Starting a business from zero isn't about having capital or a co-founder or the perfect market conditions. It's about being willing to hear no 100 times to get to one yes, and then building everything else from there. The question isn't whether you can start, it's whether you're willing to be bad at it long enough to get good.